many of them loved the man. Several youthful companions devoted their careers to backing his engine project. Many of the young graduates who rallied to his cause during the war cherished their memories of working with him for the rest of their lives. The women in his life are harder to discern at this distance in time, but all gave him constant support. Though his first wife, Dorothy, was kept at arm's length from his work, and so now seems a shadowy figure, her selfless devotion, until well after the war, was vital to him, not least through some long periods of illness. Those few women who found a place in his engineering world, most of them inevitably secretaries, clearly found him immensely endearing. All who knew him well could agree, above all, that he was blessed, and sometimes burdened, with a brain quite out of the ordinary. Several of his contemporaries in the world of aeronautics, generally acknowledged as masters of their trade, ceased to regard themselves in quite the same way after meeting Frank Whittle. They doffed their caps to him. Only by heeding this can we make sense of the jet engine's emergence in England by 1939. Some revisionist histories of the jet revolution would have us believe that it arrived on the back of a broad development process, pushed forward inch by inch in various industrial locations under the guidance of several inspired engineers. In this light, however brilliant, Whittle was merely one of the leading contributors. No doubt it is important to remember that the evolution of the modern jet engine was a complex business, and drew on the work of many firms from an early date. To see modern jet travel as his legacy alone would be absurd. To try telling the tale of the jet's origins without assigning Whittle a central role, though, is to rehearse Hamlet without the prince. This perspective also leaves out of account the story of a personal drama, not to say tragedy, which ought never to be forgotten. It lies at the heart of Jetman. His career witnessed every stage in the development of any revolutionary new invention, viz. 1. It's ridiculous, don't waste my time. 2. It's possible, so what? 3. I always said it was a good idea. 4. I thought of it first. Arthur C. Clarke, science writer and futurist, in a letter of condolence to Frank Whittle's widow, the 22nd of August, 1996. There is, of course, a great deal to say about Whittle's career and frustrations, but at least he ended with the Order of Merit and a magnificent tribute in Westminster Abbey. Lord Kingsnorton, formerly Harold Roxby Cox, to the son of one of Frank Whittle's closest colleagues, R.D. Williams, the 24th of March, 1997. Prologue. Stories about things that happened in the Second World War are numberless. Central to Frank Whittle's life is the story of something that did not happen, though it might well have done. It could have resulted in a different narrative for some of the most familiar events of Britain's war. We must imagine that a secret dimension of the Royal Air Force's rearmament from 1936 had produced a fully operational jet-propelled aircraft by the end of the phony war in May 1940. This plane could have taken full advantage of the country's new coastal radar defences. The Battle of Britain might have ended within a few days of the first Luftwaffe incursions over the White Cliffs of Dover. Few, if any, German bombers might ever have reached London to unleash Adolf Hitler's intended blitz. The RAF's bombardment of the Third Reich from heights of 40,000 feet might have wrought havoc with only minimal losses to the air crews of Bomber Command. Extravagantly counterfactual fantasies? Here are the opening and closing paragraphs of a remarkable document submitted to the Air Ministry almost a year before the outbreak of war. Memorandum on the jet-propelled Interceptor fighter by Squadron Leader F. Whittle, the 25th of October, 1938. Introduction. The primary